Greetings, family. Thank you so much for tuning Black in the Melanin Report 360. Melanin Report 360. Melanin Report 360. I am your hostess, Deanne, coming at you live from Phoenix. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to apologize because I did not have an opportunity to come on yesterday, and I didn't think that would be the case, but I had a lot of Zoom meetings and this and that, trying to prepare for the launch of my new website. So I've been meeting with folks and blah, 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 blah. So everything is good. I wanted to say I missed you. I didn't come on yesterday. So perhaps that won't happen again unless I'm announcing that, usually ahead of time. So thank you so much for tuning back Black in. I'm going to talk about a subject because on Monday I talked about the healing of the body, and how as melanated people, it's a given that, if we do quote unquote the right thing, we will have good results because we already have um, melanin, which is a very strong, important a tool to use. And that's why, at 57 years old, I'm not looking anywhere close to my age. I'm not trying to brag, but I just know what I'm doing. And it is obviously, taking a great, have a lot of good influence with me being diligent in my regiment, working out. Just came back from LA Fitness and so forth, so on. So again, thank you so much for tuning in. And I just wanted to read the fair use disclaimer, just in case if I dive into some areas that I want to just protect myself all the way around. So, okay, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So thank you so much for allowing me to read that. So some sad news. The Paul Mooney transition. I just was really, I hadn't seen him on video or anything of late, but I did not know. I think he was allegedly a little bit of dementia, or yeah, a little bit of that. And I mean, he was 79. Everyone has an expiration date. I will say that. But he had a heart attack. Allegedly, he had a heart attack, and that was, a little bit of unsettling. So, and then the birthday, the celebration of the late Malcolm X, he would have turned, I think he was born in, no, I'm not going to, I think he was born like maybe 4 or 5 years. He was younger than my father, maybe 25, or was that King? No, he would have been like over 90 by now. But we pay tribute to the passing and the legacy of Paul Mooney. He was off the chain. I can watch Paul Mooney right now and just be, in stitches and tears. He definitely spoke truth to power, because he never shied away from, the race card, and he would just go all in on race. And I think, perhaps there'll be another Paul Mooney in the near future. he paved the way. He was a great writer, and I mean, he will definitely be missed. I just ran across that information maybe a couple of hours ago. It was really sad to hear that he had passed. But nevertheless, we are here. So I'm going to talk about mental health of our community. Mental health of our community. Just bear with me. I'm doing a little bit of adjusting here with my screen. Okay. So, in and of itself, this is a country that has been racist since I don't even understand why people are saying, I think Jim Clyburn from South Carolina, maybe a senator or a representative. Yeah, there's no black senators, and I think that's not the case. So he's a rep. How can you be a black melanated person in this country, even at his age, specifically living in South Carolina? And this is shocking. I don't know if it's shocking. Is it shocking, DM? Probably not. So it's another day. We've been hoodwinked and bamboozled once again. Those of us who have voted for the ticket, Biden and Harris, hey, we're not going to get anything right now, it seems like. We're not even getting the passage of the Asian folks have already got the passage, House and Senate, no problem. Now we're waiting, the spook who sat by the door. Okay, let me stay on topic. So I think with all of this, including what I just mentioned, having an idea of the pain and the suffering, over decades, centuries now. There's nothing letting up. No moratorium of we're not going to kill black and brown people on the planet ever again. It's not going to happen. There was, I guess I don't want to say I get tired of hearing about it because we have to have the truth. But it can be heavy on the spirit because as a melanated female, I birthed the nation. And so when one family member, dies at the hands, especially of the police. Now, last case I've been watching Charles Blow, and I think he does a good job. He's a pretty good guy, and his reporting, and whatever. I think it was the state of North Carolina. The district attorney is not going to file charges against the police. See, this is what I'm saying. We see day in, day out assaults on our people, albeit not bullets. You assault, black man has been killed. That was already like, why did they do that? There was no reason. This is in North Carolina, the case in North Carolina. And so you have insult to injury, say, oh, well, they're not going to, the district attorney, I don't think is going to file charges against the officers. So, this is what we're dealing with on so many levels. So we have pain of the loss of the father of 7 that will have to grow up without their father. Then you spend not having charges brought up against, but they're going to do some civil, perhaps. But we can take so much. I'm not trying to say hit the streets crazy. I'm not trying to say that. Please don't hear me say that. But we have to do our due diligence to stay sane in an unsane, unjust world. Perhaps outside of this country, we can find some sanity, when you go Caribbean, I've traveled to the Caribbean way before COVID. Because they are just a small island and they're to themselves and in that way, but they rely on U.S. people to come over and blah blah blah. That's a whole nother subject, another time. But when we see the killing, the brutal killing of our people at the hands of police, that can lower your vibration, your energy, and it's a sadness. I didn't meet George Floyd. Obviously, I don't live anywhere close to that area. But I definitely cried when they said guilty for um, um, the pig policeman, Chauvin. I just, I mean, I'm the mother of all civilizations. I'm the mother, first female. So if I don't have don't emote in any way, what does that say about me? I'm the mother of all civilization. So when we have all of these things compiling on top of each other, we can go into a mental state, psychosis, um, not feeling or being well. Now, some of us are self medicating and self medicating marijuana, especially out here because now they just medicinal was already approved. Now they have recreational. I can grow up to I think 6 plants on your property or something, and so for personal use. So this is where we are. Some people are self-medicating, you know, alcohol, drugs, marijuana, drug. Now pills. Now the folks that don't look like us, they are in the zone of the pills, pain pills. That's their go-to. Our go-to is alcohol and typically drugs, marijuana specifically. Now, if we medicate with that, that is not good because there's going to be some levels of response, call and response. So if you do X, you may be able to say, I will experience B or C. So there is a cause and a reaction. So when you are using marijuana, comfort, let's just say comfort, alcohol, definitely comfort, and pills, marijuana pills or whatever your drug of choice, we have to dig deeper because there's a deeper level of not feeling well. Just to smoke a joint, hey, I'm smoking a joint with family, friends, or whatever. It's like a social thing. However, there are deeper meanings there. I'm just saying we have to find the deeper meaning when you come home from work or if you're working from home. Um, if you're consistently smoking a joint, having a drink, blah blah blah, and the habitual thing with that can have so many negative effects on our body, our temple. This is where we're living. So we want to put in the best of everything, even if it's not as much, caloric intake. I'm trying to drop, like, say, maybe 8 pounds. So you're going to adjust your dietary, maybe 1,500 calories or whatever. So I usually drink a protein shake after I do my water, and that's like I don't even think I have my bottle here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So probably, oh, I see it over there. So I'm probably talking like 32 ounces of water. That's my first thing. to flush the system out. You've been resting all night, maybe 7 hours, 8 hours. And I usually go to sleep like maybe 9. I went to bed really early. I was really exhausted with everything that was going on. And so I got in the bed, did my meditation, and I start with meditation in the morning. And I'm going to advise you all to do that, to kind of set the stage of your day, because we have so many things coming at us on any given day. Media is a zoo. You know, all the drama over the seas and waters, killing Black and brown people. It's just ridiculous. We have just had our hand in a lot of death and destruction. Now, death and destruction's on our door because of the COVID. So you can't have it both ways. You cannot give a lot of drama and crazy and all that, and then it not come back to you. It's definitely, it's a boomerang. We know the boomerang action. So what you send out comes back. I don't have to say anything else. We are literally medicating with, our food. When we see women, sisters, let's just say now 10, 15 pounds, okay, get in the gym a few times, blah, 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 drink some more water, blah, blah, blah. It will come off. Now we're talking chronic, not moving the body, a lot of caloric, usually soda, all this kind of crazy stuff that we have learned to ingest in our body. Our body is sacred. Why are we not seeing it as a sacred vessel? So you just put anything in your body at any time. Your body runs a system. Like I said, I think on Monday, we should have at least 2 bowel movements a day. If you're not having that, perhaps you need to do a cleanse or whatever. You can contact me, I'll direct you. But, our system is so divine. So we put in crazy, crappy stuff, chips and dips and all this, GMOs all the way. So why are we doing GMOs? We're medicating. I think that's a sense of medication when we eat horrible, horrible food. I have family members, we were on a Zoom call. We meet on every third Sunday. And, I have some family, not everyone, but we have some family members that a little overweight. I'm not trying to say obese, but even with that, like my father used to say, push back from the table. I mean, everything doesn't have, you don't have to have a meal eating. I mean, when you watch TV, if you watch TV, you have to have a snack. You have to have something in your mouth. You have to, cigarette, and who's smoking right now with COVID? I mean, that's ridiculous to be a smoker. So we can do certain things, and I'm going to outline a few other things in the time we have remaining. But yes, we want to address obesity, alcoholism, definitely alcoholism, marijuana, and we can or let me just say this: we can see if mental illness is generational in your family. For example, it has been in pockets in my personal family, and I would say no, it's a little bit of both on both sides, so my mother's side and my father's side. So we have some pockets of people that, they weren't in institutions or anything like that, but they were being taken care of in the home. And a lot of our people did not trust or do not trust the medical system and wellness system in regards to our mental health, because we know we're on the list of all was it the I'm trying to get Okay, so we have a lot of clinics on the corner. So the diabetic clinics, what I'm saying, trying to say. So diabetes is rampant in our community, especially I used to live in Atlanta. It was rampant in Atlanta. And right when I was leaving, they were the pop-ups, shops for diabetes and diabetic, bleh, diabetic clinics, they were rampant. They were like, dime a dozen when I left. I left about 8 years ago. And so I saw that was the routine, and they're not going to build where people aren't going to come and there isn't a need, especially in our community. Don't put anything in our community that is you're not going to have um, health and wellness center and all like that. I mean, here and there. I mean, Atlanta is progressive, but certain things about Atlanta, because I've lived there, it's progressive in a way, it's not. That's another story. But we can do our part to stay mentally, emotionally fit. Mentally and emotionally fit. So what I've been doing for like a month, I've been, like I said, starting my day in meditation, centering myself for the day. Because when I walk out of this home, I do not know what's going to come on my path. Okay. But I can do my part to perhaps offset any crazy confusion. It's not going to come in my lane. So when you do that, you want to do a couple of things. We want to stay in a good diet. We know about that. We talked about that Monday. We want to also stay in a good mindset. And when I say a good mindset, don't drive erratic. If you need to drive erratic or you've been drinking, that's not going to happen. Don't do that. We don't need any more death and destruction, especially at our own hands, if we are doing anything that's going to put, if you're behind the wheel and you've had an extra drink. I was at a concert, outdoor concert, a few weeks ago, and I had two little small drinks. Okay, I'm not so much of a drinker, but I had the sangria concert. It was outside in Phoenix. And so a girlfriend of mine told me about it. We got free tickets, really nice. We had a good time. But I told her, I said, can you drive? And because she wasn't drinking, she was drinking like water. And I had like two sangrias. I wasn't intoxicated, but I knew she was 100% good. So not to say, oh, I need to drive. I'll be okay. No, I had another person, adult, in the car, you know, and she drove, and she's in the process of looking at a Prius and been test driving, so she wanted to get a feel anyway. So it was a win-win. But I just want to say we can do some things to offset. If you know someone's been drinking, don't get behind the wheel. You know, even if you're at someone's house, sleep it off. Wake up, sleep on the floor, whatever you need to do. Just stay out of the line of chaos and confusion. That's number one. Number two, when we drink, like I said, if you don't have a driver, you have to stay at someone's house. Let me just stick with that. You definitely want to do that because we don't want any more, reason to do anything with our people. Because I remembered a Caucasian told me a story. I may have shared this already. And he told me that he was pulled over for suspicion of DUI, which was like 25 years ago, he told me. And they let him sleep it off in the cell and did not book him and let him walk. See, this is the difference between black and white. He's Caucasian. So he wasn't at the scrutiny, or he was probably impaired, knowing him. He didn't come under fire. He didn't had to, walk the line, and they knew he was a little wobbly. They took him to the police car, took him in the police car, didn't book him, didn't charge him, let him sleep it off. Took him back. I mean, he told me that his own mouth. It came out of his mouth. So this is where we are. We have to do our due diligence to stay sane in an insane society. So wake up, meditate, pray. In the day, meditate, pray. That's what I'm doing. Definitely. The last 30 days, I've been doing it. A lot of good has come into that. I won't even go into that right now. We are masking our pain, because if we're drinking, drugging, doing that, there's some deeper stuff. So try to go to a Black therapist if that's the case, because the liver, if you're drinking a lot, so much in our body can be impaired when we are drinking on a regular basis, drugging, unless it's medicinal. You have medicinal weed, you're dealing with whatever, and it's a finite amount of time, do that. But make sure it's medicinal level, and hey, have at it. I'm not here to say, don't do medicinal. I am a medicinal person. If you have an alternative method of healing, do that. But right now we're in a war zone. That's what it is. And I was talking about wearing bulletproof vests. I'm not drawing that energy in. Goodness, I'm definitely not drawing that energy in. However, okay, on the flip side, I know where we are. Okay. And I know how this country gets down. I know they have a bloodthirst seeing Black and brown bodies going bye-bye. Something in their mind, we can talk about that another time. There is some, I guess it's like a blood, a thirst of blood or guts. I don't know. I don't know that psyche. I don't want to know that psyche, but that's the only reason that can make sense of all the killing and shooting and unarmed. Usually it's armed. Now we're driving without arms, without the gun, but our melanin is the gun. So remember that. When you represent yourself, just walking in a room, people are so threatened. People are so threatened. I go in LA Fitness. People are so threatened. I'm just walking in. I'm walking in. I'm tall, so you notice me. I'm 5'11", so they see me, can't miss me, right? And I'm built, boom, boom. And so the envy of me, of my skin looking as it is. Now I eat right. I eat, I exercise, I drink a lot of water. That's one thing or three things we can all do. Definitely correct your diet if you haven't already. Definitely drink a lot of water. Having 2 bowel movements is key, at least 2. And let me go into some other things, which could see, you can see that it's going to be beneficial. So I have a crystal. I keep these in my pocketbook, on my person. Quartz, rose quartz, because this is the love. So if you have, just invest, like, I don't even know. I went to the crystal store, and there's a lot of crystals out here. It's in Arizona, but I think I got like $2 or $3 for this. This is a nice size, heavy. Rose quartz, love. This is the love. This is the multi-purpose quartz. And then amethyst. Oh, here's my other quartz. I have a lot. This is in my home on the table. So because I don't want any negativity in my home. So everyone that's got some drama, they're gonna be, the powers will be that be will remove or have them not come in. And now amethyst is another stone. A lot of protection around amethyst. So these are things we can do. These are our tools. These are our tools and tools. So if you have a position, have this in your purse, sisters, in your purse. These are small, not too big, you know. And rose quartz. It's really good. So these are in my purse. Not too heavy. Okay. So that's one thing. The other thing is, like I said, to keep in mind we're in a hostile environment, period. I don't understand what people are saying there's no racism. I don't know what planet they're on, but I live in reality. I know I need to protect myself in this reality. Mental illness is a disease, and people are being killed. This was the other day, maybe a week ago. It's a blur because we have so much. I think it was a week ago. The mental man that was, I think he was shot 4 times, and this was in the institution. I think I didn't even know they had weapons in the institution, or maybe it was in the jail. It's just so many moving parts. I didn't know all of that because the other one just happened 2 weeks ago in North Carolina. So it's all the time. We don't have a break. So we have to do our part to stay sane in this insane environment. So definitely if you're medicating with drugs, you're medicating with alcohol, you're medicating with food, you're medicating with pills, please seek mental health advisors. Please seek mental health professionals. Prayerfully, if they look like you, look like me. Okay. I'm not trying to say you can't go to other people, but I think only a Black or brown person is going to know why you're harming yourself, which in essence, that's what's happening because we're in so much pain. It's so uncomfortable, you know, and if you go to that place, there's help for you. There is help for all of us because there was a time that I was going, you know, maybe monthly, getting a checkup, just mental health. I know I'm taking care of my body, my mind, and then we're going to talk about spirit on tomorrow. So I talked about mind, body Monday, and then there was nothing Tuesday. And then today we're talking about mental health. That is so crucial in our community, especially because we're up against everything and everything's being thrown at us. Um, Consider, you know, if you can buy $200 sneakers, you can get a $200 um, vest, a bulletproof vest. Not trying to say drawing that energy in. No, we have to protect ourselves in this war zone. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. How else you can cut it? I don't know. If you're believing that there is no racism, this is not a racist country, huh? Now people are starting to have that conversation. You all know doggone well this country was built. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. This is the inception of this country. I mean, don't be fooled. It's ludicrous that we're having this kind of discussion. See, that's also the mental illness. You know, you're like, well, I've experienced, maybe no one's experiencing but me. You know, this is how they keep you up and down and all around. So thank you so much for tuning in. I just wanted to tap on mental illness. And again, if you're drugging, drinking, you know, doing, you know, pills, smoking weed every night, you know, there's some deeper levels, kind of dig deeper. You have to dig, because if you're harming yourself, you're just not you're not harming anyone else. You're harming yourself. This is your temple. This is the temple of God that lives within. So why do that? Why, I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. Smoking weed, I've done, hey, I know when you know better, you'll do better. And so now this is what I'm doing. So thank you so much for tuning in. I hopefully you all will share, like, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. I am not doing a sensational piece. I think there's a lot of sisters and brothers on that tip. I'm trying to give you informative information from the Melanin Report, things that can, help, not harm you. And so everyone can talk, like, Wendy Williams, I like Tamron Hall, the sister, she definitely has dealt with mental illness and some of these other areas. And she's a Virgo too, like me, but I really appreciate her show, even if I just record it, and, I'm not in front of the TV every day. So sometimes I record things that I like, and I'll do a binge when I have time. So time is really important right now because I've got so many things moving, and launching my website hopefully by the end of next month. So things that I am doing now is in preparation so then I can announce my website. So thank you so much for tuning in. The Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. So take good care of yourself, hug yourself, love on yourself, take care of yourself. And, this is where you live. This is the temple of God. This is the temple of God. We're looking for the temple of God without. This is the temple of God within. So you can manage this, you know. You can manage this, your body, your mind, and your spirit. So we'll talk about spirit tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow, 2:30, 2:30 in Mountain Standard Time, and that's 5:30 on the East. So thank you so much. Share, like, subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Have a wonderful evening. Be safe, and I'll talk to you and see you soon. All right. Peace.